Hej, jag heter Mille och jag kommer från Sverige.
Hej. Okay. Hej, jag heter Maggie och jag kommer från Bulgarien.
Hej, jag heter Caroline och jag kommer från Sverige.
Hej, jag heter Maria. Jag kommer från Portugal.
Hej, jag heter Andreas och jag kommer från Sverige.
Hej, jag heter Sam och jag kommer från Nederländerna.
And this is the road to success.
We as Group 3 had to do some research about action-oriented entrepreneurs. To do that the best way as possible, we tried to come up with a research question that summarizes what we wanted to know. And the question we came with is, when and how important is it to be action-oriented? To answer this research question, we asked ourselves what we wanted to know about it. And these are the three questions we came with. How far is it possible to teach yourself how to become action-oriented? How can you use your ability for your company to reach success? And how can your ability be positive or negative, and what are the consequences?
Hi everyone, I am Maria, and tonight we are having a little talk show. I am the interviewer, and I am gonna ask to entrepreneur our questions. Maggie is from Science Lab, Caroline is from Body Shop, and Milan is from Mid Sweden University. So first question, Maggie, how far is it possible to teach yourself how to become how to become action oriented? Do you think it is possible to teach the students how to become action oriented in school?
I think it is really important to be action oriented, and I think that you just have to put yourself out there. Many people think it is hard and scary, but I just think that you have to go to events and meetings and meet experienced people in this business so they can see that you're interested in this.
Okay, and you, Mile, what do you think about it?
First of all, I think we can make a system that allows our students to take more initiatives. Higher education is needed to it's needed to be action-oriented in higher educations. To do things on your own is also important, so you can get the grades you want or the exams that you want. You can't just sit there and wait for someone to fix it for you. You have to take care of it yourself. For example, at the first day of our first course, we give a task where the students have to work in a group or work with someone. And we don't decide the groups for them. They have to decide the groups themselves. And then they have to register in the platform themselves, and they have to take responsibility. Students should take their own initiatives in every level. To motivate our students, we assign them programs with hard tasks. So yeah, they become the results becomes better with the tougher tasks. And of course we give a lot of support and help, and eventually you will get more action oriented. But I have a sick child at home, so I really have to go.
Hej då!
Okay, Caroline, your time, what do you think?
We at Body Shop think it's possible to a certain point, but we also think you need to be born with some kind of action-oriented gene. You can absolutely teach students how to become action-oriented in school, but we think it's both easier and more effective to do it yourself. To do that, you have to go around and go to events and practice your social skills. And you have to sit down and think about what you want and don't look at what other wants you to do. Just think about what you want and what's your personality is, so you can create your own company and create your own thing. And we think it's important to have small shops, not big chain stores, with your own characteristics. And to do so, we need more action-oriented people with their own personality.
Okay, thank you. So next question, Caroline. How can you use your ability so that the company reach questions?
We think it's important to encourage and motivate your colleagues. If they're motivated, they'll probably do a better work. So you should sell as much as possible and show happiness to your customers. Believe in what you're saying and gain as much knowledge as possible. Then I'm sure you'll reach success.
Okay, great. So last question, Maggie. How can your ability be positive or negative, and what are the consequences?
Even though you fail and fail and fail, you gain experience and you become a better person. So I definitely think it is a positive thing to be action oriented, not negative. And you just need to try and reach out new people and ask them for help. So overall, I think to be entrepreneurial, it is good to be action oriented.
Okay, and you, Caroline, what do you think about it?
Yeah, we think that if you try and try and try and nothing goes your way, you might lose your will to proceed, and that might be a negative consequence. Then you have to take a step back and think about what was your original ideas, and find out what what you're doing what makes what you're doing wrong. You have to think about what you're doing wrong and see the original ideas. And to get positive results, you have to listen to the customers and see what they need. Don't think about earning as much money as possible, but make the customers feel special and satisfied. Like if you're selling suits, for example, and the customers wants to buy an expensive one, but you know that the cheaper one will fit him better, you have to be honest and tell him that the cheaper one will suit you better. Um, then the customer will go from the store and be satisfied, and he will probably recommend you to friends and colleagues, and so that will be better. So we think that honesty lasts the longest.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, and I got the chance to talk about the summary. As you can see in the picture, this is the whole group. If you guys forget how we look like. So the first question was, how far is it possible to teach yourself how to be action oriented? And generally, it's a good thing to be action oriented, and there's not a lot of negative problems with being action oriented. But you have to be action oriented in your own way and not have problems with be like all the others. And the second question was, how can you use your ability for your company to reach success? And Body Shop said that you need to encourage other and yourself to be successful both in your company and in your own life as well. If you are encouraging other people, you will probably have a successful life and in your entrepreneurial world. And the last question we had is, how can your ability be positive or negative? And the scientist from Åkroken said it was just positive, and there were no negative sides. But the Body Shop, they said that you can be too much of action orientation. If you are too action orientated, you may sometimes be a little bit too money dependent. You are striving too much for money, and you can maybe forget what you're actually doing it for. And that's why you need to be honest to yourself and believe what you actually are doing. And therefore, you need to like what you are doing and believe in the products that you are selling. And that's everything for today. We all have a really fun week, and we really had enjoyed this time together. And we will see each other again. Thank you very much.